Welcome back to my channel. So I thought I'd start today's vlog with just a couple of bits I'm going to be doing on the allotment and trying to plan for. So this archway here, I'm actually going to be doing a pumpkin archway and following Emma's allotment. So I'll pop her YouTube channel down below, doing some baby booths for them. The pumpkin patch here, only 2 of them have come up, so I'll try and see what I can do for the next one. The blueberries and raspberries are coming along, and I just popped the broccoli in there before I could get it into the ground as well. The raspberries are doing really well, as you can see, and these were actually here on the plot when I took it over, so that was always a win. And then over here I've got some lavender and some plants to put in, but I've also got my raised bed, so you could actually see it better in person, so I might do another run through of that. The rhubarb has come up huge, and the sweet corn are doing really well. They've been covered over a little bit, but they're growing really well actually. And then I decided to put the strawberries into one of the containers that was here when I took over as well, and they're starting to flower, so the plan is to get them covered. You can see the rhubarb getting huge now, and I'll see when to start pulling them out. The corner here is still really messy, but the plum trees are coming up really well. They're over the other side, so I don't know if I'll keep them. Still need to clear this out and get the greenhouse out as well. And one of the plans for today is to take these 2 plum trees out because they're taking a bit too much room. And I'm going to be putting the broccoli and kale in this section here. So I decided to start with the broccoli and kale section, and I just wanted to clear the ground and make it a little bit more level. I'm going to be putting the broccoli in first because the kale still needs to have a little bit more growth in it before I put them in the ground, and I need to get something to cover it as well before I do. So I gave it a little bit of, obviously first treats for Robbie because he was being such a good boy on the plot. And then started getting it into the ground. I did have a little bit of compost to try and hold the broccoli a little bit better because the ground was so dry, and I don't know how good the quality of it is, so before I can get some new. So the next big job was to try and take out these plum trees. So I started by cutting down some of the grass to see exactly where the root was, and cutting down some of the branches just to try and make it a little bit easier to maneuver around. The ground was really hard to try and dig into, so I ended up taking a hand trowel to it, and then once I actually managed to get it out and cut a little bit more of the grass down, I noticed there were quite a few more little stumps and roots, and I was really worried I didn't want to start tripping over them. So I decided to take all the little ones, well, as many as I could out as possible. But it was actually a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. Robbie isn't too great with the dogs coming near to the plot, and because we're right at the bottom of the pathway, we come across quite a few of them, so any chance we get to do some training is always perfect because it puts my mind at ease that he is starting to feel more settled. We then went on to the second one, and this was a lot easier to get out, but it did have quite a few little roots nearby, so I decided to get those ones out. And this is how we finished for the day. So just neatened it up a little bit, gave everything really good water. You can see I managed to get the netting over the strawberries as well, which was a win. And you can see how much better the shed looks now. All of the broccoli were covered up, and that black pot is actually potatoes.